welcome to another RSR today. Not tonight, because I was up early. Got a haircut already wearing the jersey. Was like, damn it, might as well get this done when I got home. So here we are. This afternoon, I'll be predicting the 2024 Leagues Cup starting tomorrow. We're on to the Leagues Cup, the second half of the summer of football, the summer of soccer, whatever you want to call it. Second half of it, we got the Olympics, we got the Leagues Cup, and the Central American Cup, at least the summer portion of it. Here we go, past the All-Star game. But, Leagues Cup, let's hope it's as good as last year's. Let's hope it's enjoyable, and let's hope that without Messi, it gets as much eyes. Probably not. But, Predicciones de la Leagues Cup. Let's go. We'll start with it. We'll go with the East. We'll start with the East. East number 1. We got FC Cincinnati, Querétaro, NYCFC. In third place, I have Querétaro. In this group, I have them getting eliminated because NYCFC right now are on a pretty good run of form throughout this first portion of the season. Cincinnati are going for the Shield. They're a Shield contender. Querétaro is not good enough to beat either of these teams. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think even a penalty shootout, which will be live for NYCFC Querétaro, that could really throw this ajar. But I don't see a result going Querétaro's way, and I certainly don't see them beating Cincinnati, third place. NYCFC, second place, I see them beating Querétaro. I don't see them beating Cincy, whether it's on a shootout or outright. I don't see them beating Cincy. I think Cincy is the better team right now. They are fraudulent. This could be another Leagues Cup failure like last year. They did go out pretty early while winning the Shield, so this may be their fraudulent moment. Maybe they're still fraudulent, but it wouldn't shock me if it goes the other way. But right now, I'm going to give Cincinnati the benefit of the doubt. I have them finishing first over NYCFC, but NYCFC and Cincinnati are going through this group. With that being said, I almost forgot. There's a bye to the round of 32 outside of the East and West. There's one bye to the round of 32. For the East, that'll be the Columbus Crew, the MLS Cup champion of 2023. Should have said that before we even started, but there you go. East number 2. We got Orlando City SC, CF Montreal, Atletico San Luis. Third place, I got CF Montreal. CF Montreal has been a clown show. Sometimes this year, they've been good sometimes this year, but they're more like a clown show right now. They lost Renaud, their sporting director. Laurent Courtois might be on the chopping block. Toronto beat them again, and their players are okay. Their injuries are starting to end. They're getting their players back, but Atletico ain't half bad this year. I mean, they're somewhat good. They're somewhat good. I don't think Montreal is somewhat good. And Orlando, they're okay this year. This is a really mid-group. Anybody could get out of it, but I don't think Montreal will. I think second place would be Atletico San Luis. I think Orlando will get a result at home out of that game. And I think they'll beat Montreal. So Orlando City finishes first, Atletico San Luis second, CF Montreal third. East number 3. Inter Miami, CF, Tigres, UANL, and CF Puebla. Puebla's finishing third because you really think they're going to beat Miami or Tigres? I got some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you right there. No. Third place. Second place, Inter Miami, CF. They've been playing very well without Messi and Suarez over the past month, and I think they can beat Puebla without those guys. Tigres might be the harder job, but I think Miami will get out of this group without Messi. I think they will beat Puebla, and we'll see what happens with the Tigres match, but we'll be live for that one. Trust me, that's the big one, even without Messi. One of the bigger ones. And Tigres UANL, first place. They're washed up, but they still get it done. It's mind-boggling. They're washed up, but they get it done. Simple as. So finishing first because Miami is part injured and Puebla's Puebla. East number 4. Philadelphia Union, Cruz Azul, Charlotte FC. Third place, I have Charlotte FC. Cruz Azul is really good right now. Really, really good. Really good. Just saying, they're really good. Philly might suck, but I think they're still better than Charlotte on paper. Charlotte, third place. Philly beats Charlotte. That's why they're second place. They lose to Cruz Azul. Anselmi's Cruz Azul should have won the Liga, but they didn't. But they put on a damn good fight. They just ran out of gas, but they're still pretty good. They've built up. They got refuerzos. They're on fire right now. Cruz Azul, first in East 4. Now, we got East 5, 6, and 7. Then we move on to the West. East 5, New England Revolution, Mazatlan, and Nashville SC. Third place, New England, because damn, their season's been horrible. You're not even as good as Mazatlan. Sit down. 2, second place, Mazatlan FC. They're somewhat okay. They're somewhat good. It's better than New England. Nashville SC, they're honestly crap this year too, but they got BJ Callahan coming in, so I think that might change things. First place. East 6, Toronto FC, CF Pachuca, the CONCACAF champions, and New York Red Bulls. Third place, New York Red Bulls, because they've had a drawing streak up until last weekend. Yeah, they beat Toronto's ass the last time they played, but I don't think that'll happen again. I think Toronto figured it out. I think they have some of their players back that probably makes it better off if they played again. I like our chances to go to a penalty shootout. I think Toronto wins that shootout. And Red Bulls ain't beating Pachuca. I don't care how bad Pachuca looks. I think Pachuca will beat one of these teams. I think Red Bulls will be that team. I think they still beat both, but it's very likely they still beat both. Let's put it like that. Toronto FC finishes second. I think they could get a draw and get to a shootout if need be against Pachuca, but I think they'll do enough against Red Bulls to finish second. Pachuca wins in Toronto. They beat the Red Bulls. Pachuca finishes first. Not as dominant as you would expect, but they still get it done. East number 7, the final group in the East, we got Atlanta United FC, Santos Laguna, and DC United. DC United, trash. Just because you have Benteke doesn't mean it works out. Trash. Atlanta United FC, they got rid of all their best players. They're making some good summer moves, but you know what? I still think Jande Silva and Saba will get it done, especially over DC. Second place, Atlanta. First place, Santos Laguna, because, well, you have Ignacio Ambriz, and, well, Atlanta's basically tearing down and rebuilding on the fly, and DC sucks. It's an empty first place, but you get it. So that's the Eastern Conference, Eastern side of the tournament. Western group stage predictions. Bottom of the round of 32 out of the West is Club America, the Liga MX 2023 Apertura champion. They end up winning the Bicampeonato, but the reason they have the bye is the Apertura win, because that's when this tournament gets finalized. West number 1, Pumas Ulnam, CF Monterrey, Austin FC. Austin's had a good season comparatively to last year, but still third place because Pumas and Monterrey are better. Pumas will beat Austin. They will not beat Rayados. At least, whether it's a shootout or 90 minutes, Pumas finishes second. But they look good in that group. Monterrey finishes first because they're better than, honestly, both teams, I think. They're better than both. West 2. San Jose Earthquakes, LA Galaxy, and Chivas. Well, it's exactly the way I said it. Third place, San Jose Earthquakes, because 1, we don't like it, John Fisher. Second of all, your team sucks. Third of all, Galaxy are good this year, really good this year, and Chivas are hot right now. Third place, as you deserve, John Fisher. Second place, LA Galaxy. You're not good enough to beat Chivas. You'll beat the Earthquakes. You ain't beating Chivas. First place, Chivas, they win both games. They finish first. Cade Cowell's probably still going to be on a heater. West 3, St. Louis City SC, FC Dallas, and FC Juarez. Juan Gabriel FC. Yeah. First place, or third place, FC Dallas. You're trash this year. St. Louis is too, but you know what? I like their chances in a one-off against you. At least to get the penalties. And if you get the penalties against Roma and Berkey, I hate to tell you, you're losing. That's why St. Louis finishes second. I think it'll go to penalties, but Roman Berkey helps St. Louis finish second, because of course he does. Or hey, maybe he gets a clean sheet anyway, but Roman Berkey is going to be a big reason why they finish second. First place, FC Juarez, because they're actually good somewhat right now. Better than St. Louis and Dallas. So, good job, Juan Gabriel FC. You finished first. It ain't going to last much longer, I don't think. West number 4. We got Sporting Kansas City, Chicago Fire FC, and Toluca FC. Third place, Chicago Fire, because Kansas City is just a bit better right now, I think, on paper as well. And Toluca is damn good right now. Yeah. Second place, Sporting Kansas City. First place, Toluca. Already basically answered that. West 5, Club Leon, Portland Timbers, and Colorado Rapids. Third place, Club Leon, because right now, you're washed. Second place, Colorado. They're better. Chris Armas might just beat Leon again with a team who actually fits his system. Am I live for that one? Let's see if I... Oh, that would be not PTSD, but Groundhog Day. First place, Portland Timbers, because Phil Neville's got them rolling. And Evander. And Jonathan Rodriguez. They're going to finish top of the group. West 6, Necaxa, Minnesota United, Seattle Sounders. Third place, we got Seattle Sounders because they're not good this year. They're not good. They're not good. They're having a bad year except frauding their way through the Open Cup. Of course they are. Second, Minnesota United. Tanny Louis probably will single-handedly get Minnesota to the knockout stages. Book it. First place, Necaxa. Because they're actually good right now. They're actually good. For once. It's weird. I know. Crazy. West 7. Vancouver Whitecaps FC, LAFC, and Tijuana Xolos. Third place, Vancouver Whitecaps. Because 1, you suck. 1, you're mid. Well, 2, you're mid. Third of all, Juan Carlos Osorio will rip Vonnie Sartini to shreds. Oh, and LAFC is one of the best teams in MLS right now. Yeah, you ain't got no chance in hell. Because Tijuana's actually good under Juan Carlos Osorio, El Profe. Because he's that good. Why did it take him so long to get another job? Second place, Xolos. Juan Carlos Osorio. He's got him hot. That's all I'm saying. And then, LAFC top of the group because LAFC, on paper, should even beat Juan Carlos Osorio Xolos. They're the best team in the league. One of the best teams in the league right now. Them and Columbus. So there you go. West 8, Houston Dynamo, Atlas FC, and Real Salt Lake. Third place, Atlas, because you've fallen off a cliff. Second place, Houston Dynamo. You've fallen off a little bit, but you're still pretty good. Second place, but you're better not lost. First place, RSL. Really good season. Probably one of the best you've ever had. Make some out of it, but you're going to finish first in the group. Now, round of 32. Because that didn't even come out on the printed bracket. Round of 32. We're starting with the east side. FC Cincinnati versus Atlanta United FC. I got FC Cincinnati. Why? Because Atlanta, again, sold all their players. They still got John De Silva and Saba, but Cincinnati should be good enough to beat Atlanta and not fraud that one up. Cincy moves on to the round of 16. Atletico San Luis versus CF Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul, because they're on fire right now. And Selmy is him. So, Cruz Azul moves on. Santos Laguna versus Mazatlan. Santos Laguna. Because I like their chances over Mazatlan in a Emekis versus Emekis match. Philadelphia Union versus Orlando City SC. Orlando City, because Philly's not good this year. Orlando is better. Orlando moves on. Tigres UANL versus Toronto FC. I know you're going to call me biased, but Tigres are washed up. Toronto, if they're playing their best players, I think they beat that Tigres team. Toronto wins the round of 32 match. I know. Call me biased. I know. NYCFC versus Nashville SC. I think NYCFC is better so far. I know it's a BJ Callahan, Nashville, but I think NYCFC has the talent on paper to win this match. NYCFC moves on. CF Pachuca versus Inter Miami CF. No Messi, no party against the CONCACAF champions. You're damn right. Pachuca moves on. Columbus Crew versus Sporting KC. Columbus Crew playing their first match of the tournament because they have the bye. They play Sporting KC coming from the West because I guess they needed to have a crossover. Doesn't matter. That crossover's over in 90 minutes. Columbus Crew get the win because they're the second best team in CONCACAF. Western side. No crossover, but we got Club America versus Houston Dynamo FC. Club America. I mean, geez, what'd you expect to happen? You think Houston's going to get that done? They got a problem. That's all I'm going to say. America. St. Louis City SC versus Portland Timbers. Portland's a very good team this year. Phil Neville's got them rolling. Evander, Jonathan Rodriguez, Santi Moreno. There's no way St. Louis beats Portland. Even on penalties, Portland moves on to the round of 16. Toluca versus Real Salt Lake. I got RSL. I think RSL season's been really good. I think they're good enough to beat Toluca. I could see it. We got it. RSL. Colorado Rapids versus FC Juarez. I think Colorado Rapids. I think the Colorado Rapids will beat Juarez. I think they're a better team right now. I think Armas has got them playing pretty well. Better than I expected. Rapids go through. Chivas versus Minnesota United FC. Chivas, because Kate Cowell's on fire. Chivas is better than Minnesota. Tenny Louishe might get a goal, but Chivas wins. Pumas Unam versus LAFC. I hate to say it, but LAFC, because do you really think Pumas will beat LAFC? No. Necaxa versus LA Galaxy. The Galaxy wins because I think they're better right now. They're doing pretty damn good this year. One of the best teams in the West. And I think they're just better on paper. LA Galaxy to the round of 16. Club Tijuana Xolos for CF Monterrey. I got Monterrey winning because Juan Carlos Osorio is a good manager, but Monterrey, on paper, they should win this. And I think they will. So there you go. There's your round of 32. And now we move on to the round of 16 forward. Now we got this bracket. So there you go. We'll start back on the East. FC Cincinnati versus Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul. Because Cincinnati, they're frauds. They're finally going to get caught out by Cruz Azul. Orlando City SC versus Santos Laguna. A rematch of last year's group stage, by the way. I didn't forget. Orlando City versus Santos Laguna. I think Orlando City will get the win. I think they'll get the win. Now, the question is if Duncan McGuire's there, but might be far enough that that's possible. But I think Orlando could win that game anyway. Toronto FC versus NYCFC. I'm going to say Toronto gets it done. I'm going to say they're winning. They have a point to prove. It's destiny to play these guys. And you know what? I think they're going to be hot to play these guys. And I think they get the win. Even if they shouldn't, they get the win. Pachuca versus Columbus. I think Columbus gets revenge. Speaking of being hot to play a team, they're playing at lower.com field. And I think Columbus wants revenge. And I think Columbus will get the revenge. Club America style. You know how they beat Club America last year? Yeah. And how they could do it later this year, Campeones Cup? Yeah, it's going to happen again. Columbus goes on to the quarterfinals. Western side, Club America versus Portland Timbers. I want to see Portland beat them, but it's not going to happen. Club America wins. Real Salt Lake versus Colorado Rapids. A Rocky Mountain Cup in the round of 16. I think RSL wins. I think they're the better team right now. And they still got Diego Luna. They would have Chicho by then. Yeah. They win. Chivas versus LAFC. I think LAFC gets the win. I think they're the better side. I think they're the more quality side of the two. LAFC wins. Quarterfinals. We got LA Galaxy versus Monterrey. Monterrey wins. I think LA Galaxy falls at that hurdle. Back to the East in the quarterfinals. Cruz Azul versus Orlando City. I think Orlando City gets the win. I feel like there's going to be a big upset in the quarterfinals. And I feel like Orlando Cruz Azul is going to be that upset. I don't know why. I just do. Orlando goes on to the semifinals. And then we got Toronto versus Columbus. I'm not going to be that delusional. I'm not going to be that delusional. Columbus beats Toronto because If Toronto beat Columbus, I would eat my hat. Let's just be honest. Club America versus RSL. Again, I'm not going to be delusional, even though I don't know why I'd want to be. Club America goes to the semifinals. LAFC versus Monterrey. LAFC gets revenge this time. They go to the semifinals. Orlando versus Columbus. Columbus. Club America versus LAFC. I think it's going to be a penalty shootout, but I think America wins the shootout. Means the third place is Orlando versus LAFC. LAFC is going to mollywop Orlando to win third place. And then finally, the finals, Columbus Crew versus Club America. Last year, they beat the ever-loving crap out of them. They might just do it again this year, but in the final, I think Columbus is going to beat Club America. Columbus Crew win the Leagues Cup. They didn't win CONCACAF, but they're going to win the Leagues Cup. Columbus Crew, Leagues Cup champions 2024. Those are my predictions. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once you subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Orlando City SC versus CF Montreal to start off Leagues Cup coverage. Saturday, Red Bulls versus Toronto, live and review. Sunday, we'll be live for Querétaro, NYCFC, and Portland Leon, and we will review Portland Leon. So, that's what we got for the first 3 days of this tournament. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Let's have some fun.